Greetings, I'm Shinala, as you may possibly know. Now, I've taken a look at the level 100s. In specific, I've been taking my Shaman, and I went into the Molten Core. Now, this requires an item level of 615 at least, or so I've heard. I'm not sure. I'm above that, but I'm not sure if that's really the limit. Anyway, what I can tell you is Molten Core is bloody horrendously difficult, but I like it. In the beginning, what seemed to be endless wiping and torture and misery and pain ended up being one of the best raids I've ever been in. The raid went so smooth in the end, after the wiping of course. After the wiping, the raid was so smooth, it went so well. I really have no complaints whatsoever anymore after that. Every boss died immediately, every trash mob died immediately. Maybe we had one or two little problems as well in trash mobs, but even then it was what died? 10 people out of 40, which is a fourth of the group. Yeah, but that's the same. That's about 2 people in a 10-man group, maybe 3 people. It's a 2.5. You can't really put a person in half, can you? Let's say 2 dead people and a healer out of mana. So basically, it's still possible, and we easily managed to get through. Now, the only thing that I might have to say, if you want to do this as well, because now I've got my nice little mount and a 640 helmet. If you want to do this as well, I would just say simply give it a try and try to get your group under control. What you need to do in the beginning, everyone's going to wipe and people are going to leave and whatever. They're going to say like, oh, I'll just find a better group. No, you won't. What you need to find is be that person. You have to be the person who makes a change, who keeps people under control. Tell them to stack up on a place. Say for example orange, control your tanks, control your healers, control the group. Try to get a grip over your group. In our case, we started off with me and Snowty. Snowty and I together were working to getting the people together and people working together. Eventually I realized that people are actually listening. I don't need to do anything more. Snowty was a main tank after all, so I just said like, I'll just leave him. Then I was talking to the group. And what started off as a group that hated each other ended up as a group that loved each other. And frankly to say, people were actually sad having to leave the group behind, having to leave the raids. We stayed inside the raid, 40 men, all 40 people stayed inside the raid for about half an hour or so after Ragnaros was killed, which interestingly enough was not something I expected. I expected at least 1 or 2 people to leave. No, just all 40 people were there. So that was quite interesting to see, and that was quite fun to do as well, so I have no complaints whatsoever anymore. The only thing you need to do is be that person, be the person to make a change, be the person to control your people. And once you've got that, you've got your mount, you've got your head, and you've got a possible enchant which didn't drop for me sadly enough, but I will get it next time. Anyway, that's pretty much all I've got to say, so for the time being, do enjoy the music, do enjoy the fighting, and I'll see you next time.
Take my hand when I come.